Joining me now is California Democratic Congresswoman Nanette Barragan. She is, of course, the chairwoman of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Democrats are united against this Mayorkas impeachment vote, but it looks like it's going to really come down to the wire for Republicans on whether or not they have the votes. Is this going to be, you think, in your opinion, if this impeachment goes through, do you think that this could open up future impeachments for cabinet officials and others to be impeached because of ideological disagreements?
Well, that's the concern here, is that this is merely a political stunt. It's merely a disagreement Republicans have with Secretary Mayorkas and what he's doing on the southern border. And I want to remind your viewers that this is a secretary who has asked for additional resources. The president has asked for additional resources on the southern border. It's Republicans that are saying no, that we're not going to give you more money. We're not going to give you the resources to deal with the southern border. And so in one breath, he's asking for the resources, and then Republicans are saying, no, we're not going to give it to you. We're going to impeach you instead. It's a lot of hypocrisy, and it just goes to show you they're not serious about the border, and they're not serious about fixing this. And clearly they're taking their orders from Donald Trump.
And I want to ask you, I mean, it's a hypothetical question, but if this precedent was there, if there had been someone from the cabinet impeached, would you have possibly tried to impeach someone like former Attorney General Bill Barr?
Well, you know, I think about the situation when Secretary Nielsen was separating children and their families. We were outraged, but we didn't say, let's go impeach her. Again, this is looking at and using policy as opposed to a high crime and a misdemeanor. Let's focus on those situations where you do have evidence of high crimes and misdemeanors.
And Congresswoman, I want to also ask you about this bipartisan border deal. It sounds like you've been pretty critical of it, but tell us, where do you stand on it? And would you urge Senator Schumer against putting it on the floor this week?
Well, we are hearing now from Republicans that they are for stripping out the border provisions and having a separate foreign aid vote. And that's something actually the Hispanic Caucus with the Tri-Caucus has been calling for from the beginning. So I would support having either a vote on the original border supplemental as it was with Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan money, or I think the better option is to just carve out the border and immigration in a completely separate vote, a separate conversation. That's how we're going to get to a real negotiation. This was a hostage taking, right? This was Republicans in a room saying, well, you want Ukraine money, you want this other foreign aid money, so we want you to give us changes, permanent changes, bad permanent changes on immigration policy. This was not a fair negotiation. This was not a fair outcome. And we can see that just by looking at the final product.
And Congresswoman, you just called this a hostage taking. So I want to ask you, how concerned are you now that this has been one of the most conservative border deals that was already up for vote, up for consideration? Are you concerned that future deals could get even more conservative?
Well, absolutely. I think it's been stunning to see the rhetoric change and that Democrats have been for making sure we're fighting for immigrant communities, making sure we're fighting for comprehensive immigration reform. Look, we're willing to make tough compromises, but that comes along with pathways to citizenship. Nobody's talking about the dreamers. Nobody's talking about the people who've lived here, who are now doctors, who are lawyers, who need these protections. It's bipartisan. 70% of the American people support this, yet they're being left out. So we can have tough conversations about coming up with solutions, but there's got to be a real give and take here. And that did not happen in this situation because it's being combined with other topics like foreign aid.
And I want to be clear, Congresswoman, would you vote for this bill if it did end up coming to the floor?
No, this is not something that I could support. Remember, what we've got here is we got permanent changes to the asylum system that take away due process rights. There is some good stuff in the bill, but what we're giving up here is nothing, provides no pathways. And again, we need to have that in a fair deal and a humane process. And I'm concerned that some of what's in this bill would make the situation worse, not better. We know what happened under Title 42. We saw the largest numbers of apprehensions. So for us to go to something similar to Title 42, I don't think is going to fix and solve the problem at the southern border. And make no mistake, Republicans don't want to fix this. They want the chaos. And of course, Donald Trump wants the chaos because this is something that he's campaigning on, and he wants the images, which is why I think Republicans won't even give the president a penny of money for resources.
And it sounds, I want to ask you about our NBC News poll, but I want to ask you quickly, you would vote, it sounds like, for a standalone bill if it was for Israel aid or for foreign aid.
Yes, I will prefer the vote that happened on a foreign aid bill without any border policy or immigration policy in it.
And our new NBC News poll had President Biden essentially tied with President Trump among Hispanic voters. President Biden won that block by more than 30 points in 2020 as the head of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. How do you explain that? And what's your advice now for President Biden as we're looking at these numbers?
Well, first of all, we have to do a better job of going out and engaging our community. The Hispanic Caucus has been on the road in the last year doing that, but we've got to continue to do that and do more of that. And we've got to see the president out there talking about what we're doing for our communities, what we have done. There's been so many wins in the last Congress for our communities, but people don't hear about them. They don't know about them. And part of that, I think, is because there was so many. So whether it's you talk about the largest expansion of veterans benefits and health care to veterans, that people maybe not know about, whether you talk about the lowering cost of prescription drug prices, people are not feeling yet because it hasn't gone into effect. People need to hear about that. And if you take a look at the issues that Latinos care about, it's about the economy. It is about lowering prescription drug prices. It's about health care. And so we need to go and talk to them and tell them about what we've been doing, but also what we are going to continue to do. Student loan is another area where the president has been doing all he can to make sure to provide relief. That is something our communities need to hear about. So we need to engage them early and often and all year, not just in an election year. And that's something I'm going to continue to make sure we're asking the president do. But we also have to do that as members of Congress.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Congresswoman Barragan. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.